Alright, so one option that we have to get diamond is apparently, while you usually get gold on this one mountain where, you know, that big gun was and that we explored last time, apparently sometimes you get diamond out of breaking the rocks on the island. So, I'm going to go with that route, because that is arguably safer, based upon what I've seen. And, I'll come back to you when I get 2, because I did look at the recipe. I'm glad I did before I ran off and did all this. And I need 2 diamonds, not 1. So, that's cool, I guess. There we go, finally. Just trying to get a scan of that for a while. Sky rays. They're kind of like birds. Circling floating structures and rarely venture far out to sea. They'll perch on dry land but are prone to flee on approach. Presence may indicate nearby dry land. So, they're kind of cool. They're a little bit hard to get a scan of. You kind of have to chase them around for a while, which is what I ended up doing. Completely unrelated to the actual task I'm trying to achieve, but it's interesting.
Remember that materials
there we go.
you gather are the property of the All-Terra Corporation. You will be liable to reimburse the full market price. Your current bill stands at 3 million credits.
Alright, I guess I'll keep that in mind. So that was actually pretty quick and a whole lot safer than dealing with whatever the heck that crap was. So we've got our 2 diamond. Here, we can look it up in the blueprint really quick. Let's see. Laser cutter. We got our 2 diamond. We have cave sulfur, we got titanium, and we've got battery. Not with us at once, but, you know, we have it, so that's good. Oh, no. Where'd it go? Did I drop that one on the floor too? Dang it. I wonder how much durability this knife has still. I don't know if it tells you. So, we can more or less make that. I just need to get back to the base. I'll probably, to facilitate making these in the future, I'm probably gonna do... I'm gonna pick up another... Oh, hey, there's one. I'm gonna pick up some materials for another 3 batteries, so I can put 1 in the laser cutter, and then have 2 more in the charger. Oh, hey, here's a new wreck we haven't explored. I don't know if this one's any good. By the way, let me introduce you to... The knife is one way for us to kill things. Let me introduce you to our secondary method of killing things. This only really works if you have access to like a battery charger. Because you gotta repair your submarine to do this. It's not the most effective killing method I would deem, but it is, considering that, you know, I don't have any, like, actual guns in this game. Okay, so it's dead now. This is gonna flop around for a while. So yeah, that is going to be, if we ever need to get rid of anything, that's more or less our primary getting rid of bad enemies method. Like, it doesn't work on really big things, obviously, but like on those guys, if I'm trying to get to something, I can just ram into them. And it takes about 30 to maybe, I mean not 30, it takes about 50 to 60% durability to do that, so you don't really want to do it more than once. Whoops. You know what, I do have to go all the way back to base to make that if I use the materials I have now, but... I could. That's the titanium I needed, right? Yeah. I could make it if I just get 1 more cave sulfur, which, as we've seen, isn't that hard to do. I just need to find a a cave I can get into again. Which I think there's one pretty close to where the life pod is. Just gotta find it again. Here we go. Let's get in there, get our sulfur, and get out. What an idiot. Although... no, he didn't. There's a chance that they can blow up their own flowers sometimes doing that. Alright, cool. I think... oh yeah, and the battery. Oh, I need some copper then. I didn't think about that. Oh, no. Give me a second to find some copper. Okay, I think I've got everything we need. So we can make that, and then we can go open up that one wreck I passed by and start investigating a few others. I think this is a pretty low-tier wreck, this first one. So I'm not entirely convinced that we're going to get a whole lot of good out of this. Let's make a couple batteries. Right. And our laser cutter. This is going to be actually pretty useful for a while. It's not just for... it's not just for, like, getting into a couple of these wrecks. Whenever we go into the main ship, we're going to need it a few times as well, I think. So, let's replace the builder for the time being with that. Let's check this too.
This is Ep.4. We've landed close to the Aurora. Flotation device is active, but we've got some big old fish in the water with us, and I don't know how long we're going to last. We're close to the crash site, so bring radiation protection. 4 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to databank.
Well, I mean, he's relatively close to the ship. It is... okay, look, I'm taking the really cautious approach, to be honest, so hopefully you guys aren't getting too upset. It is entirely possible for us to, at this point, like, we've got the radiation suit. That's the only real requirement you have to get into the ship. So it is entirely possible for us to make it. The inclusion of the small submarine makes us far more likely to make it in there alive. But it's still not quite safe enough for me to be comfortable, if that makes sense. So, as much as I think it's probably a little annoying, I want to wait a little bit longer until we can get the big submarine, and then that's probably the first thing we'll head for, is that. So, let me find that wreck we were just at. Should be in about this direction. And then... oh, it's another again. It's like I need my own radio in my pocket or something. Guess I did wait a while to answer that one. But then as we pass by some of the other wrecks I already explored, we can take another look into them as well. Alright. Not entirely safe, but we're gonna risk it. So all we do with this thing is we're basically cutting open like a sealed door. You'll notice it takes a decent chunk of power to cut through a door. I'm also cutting through my legs just about. Now we're in here. Vehicle bay. That's low tier. Got a PDA we can read.
Integrating new PDA data.
My son Bart. Okay, so you don't actually have to cut into this one. You can just swim your way in. Good to know. I think I already have that, so I'll just turn that into titanium. Yeah, I kind of knew this was going to be a low tier one. Not incredibly surprised. It's in a pretty easy to get to spot. Whew. Okay. So, I'm going to cut to a few of the other spots. There's one that's in that radiation area that if I want to get to, I've got to go back to base and pick up my radiation helmet. Dang. Stupid fish. So we're gonna wait on that one for a bit. But I think that big one's gonna give us like some of the best stuff, you know. So I think it's still worth it. Watch as I casually murder fish. Alright, so there's 2 wrecks here. I can't remember if we got stuck on both of them, but I know we definitely got stuck on this one. I also have to repair this because I hit a stupid fish.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright. The other thing is, of course, you're left fairly vulnerable for a good 15 or so seconds while you're doing this. You can't really look away or it stops cutting. So you kind of have to check if the area is safe first and then use your ears to make sure you're not getting yourself in a bad situation. Alright, so this is just a shortcut in this room, I think. We already went in here. Yeah, through that opening there. But we didn't investigate this. I don't know if this just leads outside or if this is another room. But after this, we're going to go investigate the other wreck in the same area. Oh, it's so bright. Probably burn your legs off doing that. Data box. Lightweight, high-capacity tank. That's a cool one.
New blueprint.
Modification station. Mobile vehicle bay. We definitely want that modification station. That one's going to allow us to make some neat things. Propulsion cannon. Do we have that one? Not yet. I don't remember messing with the propulsion cannon, so I kind of want to build it just
30 seconds.
so, you know, I can see what it is, but
Blueprint acquired.
I'm not entirely sure if it's something that's actually very interesting. Stupid bitey fish. Okay, there's another one somewhere in this direction. There it is. I kind of also want to check out that big cave down there. I think in this small submarine I'm mostly safe as long as I don't do anything really stupid, but once again, I can't quite remember. You know, and I also don't know if they ever changed it. Oh yeah, I remember this thing now. I remember why I hated this thing so much. So, it used to be laggy, but that wasn't the main problem. It still is a tiny bit laggy, but it's not as bad as it was. The main problem was that sometimes when I got close to this thing, it would crash my game. And if I hadn't saved in a while, which I'm going to go ahead and do, I could potentially lose hours of gameplay. Like, you know, however long it's been since I last saved, pretty much. that kind of sucked. I don't know if there's an alternate, like, entrance or an alternate room. Let's go inside and check. I don't think this one does. Don't know if I ever explored this way, though. No, I didn't explore this way yet. There are some spooky noises happening. Prawn suit fragment. Hey, look at that. 5%. I need a lot more. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near enough from in here. There's repair tool. We got to be careful about this oxygen. I probably have another maybe 10 seconds before I need to decide if I'm going to stay in here or not. Yeah. Let's get out of here, get some more air now that I know where I'm going to go. Oh god. No, don't get lost. Don't get lost. Okay, I know where I'm at. Let's get some more air. Get back in here. Whew. Alright. Let's drink that water too. So I know where I'm going. Let's do this again. Come on. I think I looked at it last time, but I got stuck on like a tiny piece of geometry and decided to stop messing with it. Not that way. This way. Yes, okay. Battery charger. There's some angry fish outside who really want to get to me, but they can't because there's, you know, like a wall in the way. Oh, excellent. It's modification station. Need one more for that. Prawn suit fragment. Need 18 more for that. This data terminal is useless. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of low-tier stuff I already have, more or less. I mean, I guess I don't mind. Getting a bunch of metal. But it's kind of hard to get in here, because I can only go for so long. I almost certain that there's a shortcut somewhere. But I haven't discovered it yet, and I don't really want to take my chances until I actually find that shortcut.
30 seconds.
Okay. Go for it again. Getting better at figuring out this path, even though I can't see because I jammed my face into the wall. What was that? Oh, another prawn suit. I don't know, maybe if you find enough of it, you'd be able to discover it all. I just know that, you can find a whole lot more of it. Yeah, they can't get to me. You can find a whole lot more of the prawn suit stuff if you go to the actual... Ah, there we go, that's what I need. Now we got modification station at least.
New blueprint acquired.
Vehicle bay. You can see outside, but can't get outside. There's a whole lot more prawn suit stuff inside the actual ship, so it's kind of not worth bothering with. Ah, it's a one-way hatch, so it is a shortcut. I could have used that. Oh well. I actually kind of like that wreck, because you go through quite a lot of twisty turns to get through there. Where was that? That wasn't up here, that was like down here. There we go. It really feels like you're really exploring a wreck in this one. Especially with the scary fish noises everywhere. Yeah, I think we're done with this area, though. We have a lot of titanium now. That's kind of cool. That'll help for base expansion. And there was one more that we're going to visit, although I'd like to return to base first. Not this. Over here. I'd like to return to base first, drop off all this stuff, because chances are I'll pick up some more easy titanium since I'm already there. There was that one that was really deep that I visited maybe last episode, maybe 2 episodes ago, I'm not sure. And I want to visit that one again, because I remember getting stuck in that one, couldn't go very far. It's not a very big wreck, but because it's a kind of deep wreck and it had some high-tier loot, I bet behind the cutter door, I bet there's even higher tier loot that I could get. So, kinda interested in investigating that again. Oh yeah, and while we're here, let's listen to the radio.
This is an automated distress signal from Life Pod 12. Coordinates attack. Warning, Life Pod has sunk beyond safe diving distance. Do not attempt retrieval without submersible support.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
250 meters. Well, depending on where that is, that could be something we could get to. Just depends if, you know, if it's in a dangerous area, then might be out of luck. Alright, so we got our lantern trees here. Food and water problem mostly solved. The water problem's still a little aggravating, because 3 H2O apiece, that's not great, but it definitely helps to stave off the water problem, because it makes so many. And your character apparently does not tire of shoving lantern fruit into his face hole. Alright. So batteries are mostly charged. Swap these back. Just trying to make sure everything's nice and charged before we keep going. Plop those back in. Those will finish charging. You can see our battery levels dropping pretty quickly. I had to recharge both of these things, actually. That's fully charged now. But I think with a buffer of 3 solar panels, I think it'll be okay, probably. We'll see, I suppose. Oh, right, yeah. And the light is drawing power too, I forgot. Maybe we'll make a few more solar panels. What do I need? Again. For one thing, I need to put this back on my hotbar. Copper, titanium, and quartz. So I think I've got enough copper left. I think that's my biggest limiting factor at the moment. I've got enough copper left that I can make 2 more of these. We'll add a few more solar panels. It's a little overkill, but once we get to the point where we are charging quite a few things, you know, it'd be nice to have a bit of a buffer. Like, we can come and not worry about running out of oxygen 160 meters under the ocean. Yeah, that'll help. That'll help once they start charging. Okay, yeah, so let's get back to that wreck. So I need my Seamoth, which is currently docked in the base.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
I believe that was somewhere in this direction. Yeah, right here. Oh, no, there's two sections. That was the section I was looking at earlier. Let's look at this section now. Is this another biter? Oh, that's a bleeder. I don't like these guys. They actually kind of scare me a little bit. Like, more than the biters. They're like a parasite-y thing. Maybe we'll come back to this one when there's a little bit of light down here. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Damage imminent.
Sorry. My bad. Please forgive. Oh yeah, there's the vent. Okay, so yeah, it was this one. Where's the entrance hole? Here we go. Right, yeah, and this next room's locked. I gotta put the cutter back in. You know, I could start dropping a couple of these tools I don't use too often off, but they don't take up that much inventory space and they're pretty useful. And hopefully before long, we're going to get the ability to hold more things. Not on our person, but on our submarine, which will make that a little less important. Nutrient block. More or less useless to us in our current point, but was that reinforced dive suit?
New blueprint
Alright.
acquired.
Power cell charger. Not useful to us right now, but we're going to want that when we make the bigger submarine, or we are going to be sucking up power cells like no one's business. Maybe if we're lucky, the other chunk of wreck has another piece. What is that? I don't know what that is. Oh. I'm not 100% sure. Oh god, there's another one. I think those are the big reef backs. I certainly hope so. I don't even know if you can see this, honestly. I'm not sure if YouTube's going to crush the really dark differences here. It does that sometimes. But right out this way I can see one. And right there. Yeah, right there I can see another one. Oh yeah, I can see kind of the bioluminescent underside a lot better now. That's, yeah. They're just reef backs, it's okay. Don't panic, don't panic. There's quite a bit of wreckage, and I think that's a PDA. Or something. Vehicle upgrade console.
New blueprint acquired.
Is that all I needed? Oh, I thought I was looking for, like, fragments for that. I kind of think, I'm not entirely sure. See, it always used to be fragments. Now they kind of do a mix of fragments and those things. And I kind of think those might be, like, shortcuts. Did I already get this one? I did. Ooh, that looks spooky down there. I think those just might be shortcuts where you don't have to scan a bunch of different things, you know? Yeah, oh yeah, those are reef backs. Though, why are they this far down? They don't normally come to this biome, I don't think. I don't think. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. Maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's get in here. Hopefully we'll get our power cell charger. Power cell charger really makes operating the submarine much more easy. Much, much better. Good operate submarine. Alright, so we're gonna have to be on the lookout for those bleeders. Luckily, we can do this in stages. So, yeah, so... ah! Sorry, he made scary sounds. We can do this in stages, so I can, like, cut it for a bit and then take a look around. It's a lot less scary in the daytime. Oh, there's another one. Stab him! Stab him! Cut his face off! Got him! Let's go on the offensive. Bump that with your face. Modification station. Is that... No, we already got that. I was like, is that the last chunk I need? Cyclops fire suppression system. I mean, that's cool, but we don't have a Cyclops microscope. Okay, that's a new one. Haven't gotten a microscope, or the Cyclops fire suppression system, for that matter. Light stick.
New blueprint acquired.
That one's kind of cool. We might make that one. Okay. So, a couple interesting things we got.
30 seconds.
Crap. There it is. I'm not panicking, I'm not even realizing, like, the light streaming from the Seamoth is my safety. Let's get back to base, and we'll look at what we can make, or at least what we need to make the things we want to make. Just an endless cycle of making things so you can do things to make more things to do more things. Alright. Yeah. That's good. The solar panels are overcoming the charge rate on that. That's good. A little worried about that. I don't know what to do with a non-functional microscope. But, I mean, it seems like an important item, right? That's not what I wanted. Okay. Put all these batteries back in. Get them charging. Let's just eat this random nutrient block. Oh, you get to overheal on the eat. That's cool. The problem with the nutrient block is what's gonna happen, right? I'm gonna keep holding on to it, because water's kind of a hard thing to control down here in the deep blue ocean. Food isn't as much, because you can cook a fish, you know, cook 2 fish, you'll be completely full. Water, you kind of have to go through different methods to get to it, and I think it drains a little faster too. So, I'm just gonna, what's gonna happen, I'm gonna hold on to that nutrient block forever and never use it. It's non-functional, I mean, why would I want it? Oh, is it like a decoration piece? I bet it is. I bet it's a decorational piece. You know what? Let's, let's add an addition to our little base here. And I think we had some lithium over here, which I can make some reinforcement panels with. Let's add a little addition to our base. We're gonna make, I guess, an office almost. Let's, yeah, we'll build it out this way. What just happened to my submarine? Okay, that was weird. We're gonna ignore that. We can't... Oh, these are super cool. Okay, I don't want to do too many of these, because these do kind of consume a bit of glass. But these glass tunnels are actually kind of cool. And I mean, it's not like we can't get more, so we'll make a short little connection piece with this glass tunnel here. As you can probably guess, they're not very structurally sound. But man, are they cool. Okay, so right bracket. Look at them. It's practically see-through. I really like them a lot. We are going to add a reinforcement right here. That'll increase base structure. So then we can now add another multi-purpose room. Oh, that looks ugly. Ah, whatever. It's okay. We can throw some windows in there, and maybe we'll throw in another reinforcement panel somewhere. Just stick it on a wall somewhere, it'll make the whole base better. There we go. Now we can add some windows. And, yep. So these tubes, while they do consume a bit of glass, they do open up a decent amount of viewing area. Oh, that's rocks falling off the island. Yeah, they do that now. And then they just disappear. I'd still get a little nervous, but this is a pretty good viewing angle. The only thing better is that observatory, but we'll have to wait a little bit to make that. Let's get another good window in here. Okay. And vehicle upgrade console. Well, we might go about making that soon. We need more diamond for the modification station. We've got our work set out for us here. So the only desk I have is like a starship work desk. That's not exactly what I was wanting, but I need titanium. It's a good thing we collected all that random titanium. We'll just do a swivel chair, I guess. Rotate it a bit. Make it fit right. See, there's like computer stuff on this desk. That's why I didn't really want to set this on there. Alright. That looks pretty cool. I like that. This is all aesthetics, mind you. There's no reason to do this. But this tube tunnel's cool. I'm actually kind of glad I made that. You can actually get pretty in-depth with your base building. You may have noticed all the different modules. You can do tubes. You can do L shapes. You know, if you want to like turn. You can do X shapes, T shapes, vertical connectors, which are important for using ladders. Something I kind of want to explore for us is this stacking multi-purpose rooms. In fact, well, we'll do that later. But you can stack multi-purpose rooms, and they make kind of like it looks like a tower, and you use a ladder to get between the levels. Hope a big rock doesn't just come and land on my big glass thing. Trying to think of what else you guys haven't seen. The observatory's cool. Thermal plant we can't really take advantage of here. A base-attached air pump is pretty interesting. So the idea is you attach this to the outside of your base, and then using pipes that you make in your fabricator right here, which you use 2 titanium to get 5 pipes, so it doesn't take too much to make. They're not bad. The only thing I would ever really consider them for would be like cave exploration, something that was too small to get a submarine into. That's the only thing it's useful for. You can also make a floating air pump that sits on the surface. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I can say about that. Light stick, deployable lighting. Let's make one of those. Do I have enough? Definitely don't have enough left over. We'll put off on that. Vehicle upgrade console we definitely want to make. We need a computer chip and copper wire, so we're a bit limited on copper at the moment. Alien containment, I'd love to get a blueprint on that, because that's kind of cool. I like that one a lot, actually. Modification station, we need more diamond, more computer tips, so we need more copper, so we'll probably have to go on a copper hunting trip soon. But that will allow us to upgrade some of our equipment we have. Very useful, actually. Do I have any more radio? No radio messages right now. I think I might leave it at that for now. I'm at about an hour and 40 minutes after editing. I'm looking at probably an hour and a half, maybe a tiny bit less. I did mention it before, but something I still want to do is do a short stream, maybe 20, maybe 30 minutes. I'll probably be collecting materials. In fact, it might be a good opportunity to do it for all this copper I need. And that's mostly just so I can test out some of the different latency recording options that YouTube has and see how bad of a hit graphics takes. So we'll look into that. I'm going to try to get more consistent. I know I say that a lot with uploads, but I've just been so busy lately. It's been kind of hard. But, you know, and I really do like playing as often as I can. It's hard sometimes to jump into it. So as often as I can. Hope you guys are still enjoying. I know somebody mentioned it in one of my streams recently. They've actually been enjoying it, and that actually is really cool because because I was kind of worried that people wouldn't like it too much. Anyway, I blabbed for a bit here. Let's see if I've gotten any worse. It's still infected. I would have guessed. So yeah, stop here for now. Hopefully next time we come back, if I do manage to get to that stream, we'll have everything we need to make some of our new toys. We can craft some new stuff. And if we make that modification station, we should be able to make depth upgrades for our submarine, which will really improve like how far we can explore, how deep we can explore, and give it a lot of other really cool abilities. I actually really like the upgrades, the upgrade system that they did for the Seamoth. I remember that update being a particularly cool one. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more Subnautica. Bye!